the intro music. Yeah! Woo!
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I really want to kind of almost do like a peer through history type deal. What I mean through that is, that honestly was the best way to intro it. What I want to do today with y'all is discuss the state of the game for new players, but also players returning the game and restarting, or a second account, or a third account, or however many accounts you play, or whatever you play your account. All of this, is it different, and is it different in a good way? And I want to discuss how things are different to me, having gone through this process again. For those that don't know, I typically restart the game at least once a year to see, okay, is it better than it was before? Is it okay? Is there no real difference? You know, what is like the driving factor that makes you want to play this game again? Like if it's a brand new game, because those that don't pay attention, they do a ton of promotion on places like Twitch, where streamers who've never played the game are suddenly playing the game. And actually some really cool people have ended up playing the game from that and becoming, y'all don't even know out there, but there are a couple of YouTubers I know have hundreds of thousands of followers play this game. Like there are some big people who play this game, not just big CEOs. And real quick, no, this will not talk about like the year-end wrap up. I actually am doing a year in review of all 2022, but specifically, let's talk about where the game is now, where the key differences, and curious if anybody else out there is doing what I'm doing. Let me know in the comment section down below. So one of the biggest things I'll notice, first of all, and I talked about it, we did this probably a year or two ago, the rate you level up and increase is way faster. But it's not just that. It's not at the moment just, hear me out, just increases from resources. Uncommons are a lot faster. Everything just pays out more. And you're even getting access to things that we talk about, things being like in triplicate and quadruple improvement. It's just way better in general over here. Even the Syndicate XP is a very fast progression. I currently have this account level 14, as I'm not yet ready to take that plunge into the great new world, the great scary world of base rating at level 15 plus. But you see, I'm still upgrading my tourists. I've been slow going this account, but even at a slow go, even with me not even doing all the events and everything, I've still got millions in par steel, millions in titanium, and dilithium is not even hard to get. There was a time where we talked about getting that early research in the game, because there's some that you can get from just using dilithium. And before, there'd be packs for that, like spend $10 to get prime damage. You get this like within 2 days for free, just by simply going and doing everything that you need to do. Regular events will pay this out, and bam, you've got primes early on. And it even goes beyond that. And when I had talked about, for example, field training come to the game, how much I loved field training, I was mostly talking about field training being great of just obtaining officers to get the hostile crew. But one thing I've learned playing at this level is the biggest difference is, one thing that field training did, it gives you Moreau immediately. Obviously, that's huge. And I haven't even finished field training here on this level 14 account, because you actually got to increase your power, and it takes a while when you're level 14. But one thing that I noticed is that getting Moreau was a game changer for me when it came to early away teams. So I still don't have Pike, meaning I don't really use Moreau, but it was an immediate infusion of a rare officer that basically guarantees, if you've got a tier 1 level 5 rare, every mission that you're basically going to do, you've 100%ed, and you're getting that natural 10% critical. And that might not seem super important, especially that critical, but I promise you, it doesn't put Gale up there, because I remember, always run away teams. If you're a newer player, this is one of the mechanics that has just changed the game in such a good way. It didn't come out this year, so I'm not going to super inflate it, but it is very important. As you can see, this past December, I was able to get 2 rares, and both of those are now key fixtures in my runs, with one being Miles O'Brien and one being Moreau. But I'm not counting Miles because I got that through the event store. But what I now have between, Moreau and the other officers that I'm not even bothering to upgrade a lot, is I'm getting so many more resources just from away teams. And I've even been getting a lot of Latinum for away teams. Now, Latinum, in terms of what is a lot, is so relative. But as a new player wanting to progress quickly, being able to get ship parts and commons faster than the refinery can pay them out, speed ups that are a little harder to get, that is actually a lot. And I've actually created Latinum multiple times. This is a free-to-play account, an account that gets no money into it. I haven't dumped anything yet. I'll probably get the builder and researcher. I'm going to just go ahead and put that out there. That's probably all I'll end up spending, $25 on this account. I don't even see myself getting a battle pass. But even without that, Latinum in the hundreds, and that's with me have already spent plenty of Latinum. The ability to max out and finish your dailies has improved. There was a time where if you started a new account, you know how difficult it was to finish those early dailies. You would try, but you would just struggle to finish even just one of these, and that would hold you short. With them adding more, not just between swarms, but all the other things, it's easier to complete your dailies, and you're getting decent payouts for them as well. It's still a little bit harder than which if you're like in the 40s or the 30s or even the 50s, but still it's much more manageable, and the game feels more streamlined, even with more stuff in it, which is a little weird to say and hard to believe. But even though there's more stuff, like it's more fleshed out, this game has improved greatly when it comes to the new player experience. So yeah, there are like novelty things like, oh, you start off with now your basic start off group is the next generation officers instead of the cadets. So it's a little bit more relatable. See, there's your cadet Scotty and everything. But if you come down here, there you go. Next gen Crusher, next gen LaForge. I need to upgrade both of them. Data, Riker, etc. All of them just given to you quickly. And one thing that is there that is a little bit of a positive while also being a negative is the recruit chest. And what I mean by that is if you look at them, they're still diluted early enough on to where you're not overfilling with officers. Yeah, I still don't have some of the cadets in here, making it easier to get chin, which makes it more valuable to say invest latinum into standard recruits, because that's something that I did not do my first playthrough in the game. I didn't come here and know that I could jump into a standard recruit and for 400 latinum, go ahead and do a chest pull, a full pull every single time. And now I can, thanks to away teams, and I'm able to start working on these officers and getting more. Now, of course, I didn't get chin here because I'm trying to show off the method, but still, you understand the logic. So in terms of new player experience, even though the game is really broadened in terms of what's available and what there's to do, I feel like when it comes to leveling up and getting a player associated with the game, it is better. Now, there still needs to be a better tutorial system, an actual mastery system, if you will. Shout out to Eco, because I've thought that was a great idea ever since he discussed it. But there are a lot of ways this game has made the early experience a lot of fun, where there was a very, very near past time where I thought new players, unless you manage to get on with the community, it's tough to really say that this game was fun as a new player. Now I really like it. And it's because of the speed of the progression, but also that there's a lot of little things that are being added that allow you to acclimate to the game and actually fleshes it out. Like, you obviously want to get to level 20, etc., as quickly as possible. Who doesn't? But the game 1 to 14 is actually pretty fun, and there's a ton of stuff to do, but like productive stuff to do. So field training has really changed a lot for me in how I view the early game experience. But you know, working on stuff like, oh, I got to get my instructor Spock to tier 2 and then progress and get through here, and then I'll start working on Pike shards. You know, by the time I'll do that, I'll halfway through Pike without having to, you know, rely too much on pulls. And then little things like actually getting shield discipline, understanding, okay, now we're earning shields. All these things are great introductions, and I just think that field training just kind of pioneered fun for the early game. Now, we still need to get that fun translated, and we've been talking about this a lot, get that translated to today's game for higher level players. There's some aspects I felt were missing, but I'm going to introduce a different grading system for year-end review than we did last time. And by the way, I got to give a shout out to Archduke, who is really helped pioneer this. Y'all see that when I do that video. But anyway, what I'm saying is the early game, not only have you increased the resources that you gather, some officers have gotten easier to get. Obviously, I would say the most important set of officers, Pike, Moreau, Chin, the most important set for 2 to 4 years of your gameplay, the most important set that you'll get in the game. I love the economy improvements and battle pass, officer improvement, even officer sourcing with things like the flash pass now really benefits new players, because here you go, Mackinnon, Strange New World Spock, and then if I wanted to buy Tendy under deck, who I can't even work on Tendy, some in the 30s because I need the Cerritos. So just in general, a lot of good things have been added. More, sure, we can always ask for more, never be mad at more. But I'll say this, if you've been thinking about coming back to the game, or if you're considering maybe restarting, maybe you're slogged down on your level 48 account, and you want to take a break and come back down to easy mode, but also more kind of like doing all the things right this time, like not messing up, like me actually spending latinum on, you know, oh gosh, thinking back of all the memories, me spending latinum for officer recruits instead of maybe dumping all that latinum for commons into my Fendra and then eventually maxing out my Fendra as my primary ship, when I really should have gone for the Tala. So little things that you learn, little things that you can take advantage of here. And I just felt like talking about it because we're going to a new year, and I'm enjoying the new account. And this to let y'all see that yes, Rev does have an account on server 92. You don't have to ask what servers I play on. Server 20, server 92. This is server 92, and this is server 20. So if you're ever curious where Rev plays, those are the two accounts, Rev Deuce and currently Rev Rudolph, which now that Christmas is over, what should we name ourselves? How about this? Best comment in the comment section below is my new name. Keep it clean, family oriented, funny, etc. But best comment with the most likes below, I guess no matter what it is, as long as it's not breaking TOS, will be the new name for server 20. So I'll actually go sit right here. I'm sorry, server 92. Server 20 stays the same. But Rev Rudolph, y'all can pick whatever it's going to be now. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about the new game experience. I think it's so much fun now compared to what it's been in the past. And yeah, that's all I got. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Some big videos coming in the next few days. Pay attention to all the little things.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.